Good morning, you guys. Welcome to the Connect 0007 podcast, where human connection is everything. And I am your host, Thaddeus Sims, and this is our 32nd episode. And this one is about technology, and I think it's about that time that I have this conversation. So before I completely go into this, I want to share the fun fact. And the fun fact is, which was, I don't know much about Welsh folklore, but I don't know, this one kind of threw me a little bit. But in Welsh folklore, corgis were the preferred method of transportation for fairies. So do with that as you will. All right, now diving into technology. Oh man, I've been having this conversation with a lot of people when it comes to technology and human connection. And there's so many, I guess, discussions, oppositions, viewpoints with it. And I'm not going to go in all of everybody else's. I'm just going to go in it from mine. It's my podcast. I can do that. So let's talk about this. And I would love to know how you guys feel about this. So by all means, please, in this episode, if you, okay. Because I have to remember everyone is listening to this on different platforms. So how to do this. Okay, perfect. For some of you who listen to the podcast on Podbean, I would love to hear I want to know your thoughts and feedback in the comments on Podbean. And for those who, I know we have different platforms, follow me on my Instagram at ThadSims, ThadDsims. Add me on there. And when I release this episode, I always release a snippet. Comment your feedback and your thoughts on technology as well. I would love to see where your perspective at. This would be interesting. I would love to know. So here we go. For me, and regarding the human connection, I am pro technology. I absolutely love technology. I am all for the advancement of it. Hell, I'm the type of person, I love any technology that also helps like nature, like a combination of technology and nature, things that benefit nature, benefit us versus technology that doesn't. Things so like green, clean energy, things like that, and tech that promotes that. I'm all for that, and I'm all for the phones, anything to make life a bit easier. Now, some people disagree. They think that it's more of a hindrance for our evolution and whatnot. But hey, that's how they look at it. For me, I absolutely love technology. I am all about the future and making things better, faster, and whatnot. And the reason I'm with that is because when I really look at it, technology is really just a representation of what we can do. It's literally just like an outside, an outside representation of who we are and what we can do. Meaning, like, for example, when we look at our TVs and things like, well, I don't really watch TV like that, but I'm going to say my game. When I look at the games and the visuals and things like that, I'd look at it as, wow, this is literally like if you're connecting with a person, like their imagination, like you're really seeing imagination in action outside of your own. You're seeing someone else who have thought of these things, this imagination, and they were able to display it in a way without just drawing it. Our technology now allows us to share our imagination in vivid color. Let's see, connection with like Wi-Fi connection and things like that. It makes me think of like there's signals in our body and our cells that, hey, do this, do that, and it happens. We're seeing that with Wi-Fi. We're seeing that with the printer. These signals with it's just cool. These signals with the actions. That's how I look at technology. So it's just like, it's really just I'm actually witnessing what I already do in my body or what we already do, and I'm just seeing that in action. Now, some people are against that. I don't care. I'm all about it. Now, I do believe that you do need to draw the line at some point. And I say that because everybody sees this. Everybody has a phone in their hand. Some people don't, and we we can literally we can go places and we need our phones. You pretty much need your phone nowadays to call someone, to connect with something, sending emails, researching something, GPS. Our phones are a part of us, damn it. But where I say we need to draw the line is when you are connecting with people around you. And here's what I mean. If I'm going out on a family dinner or I'm going out on any dinner with anyone, my phone does not need to be out and I don't need to be texting. This is my time with that individual. We've set time and energy to do this activity, so my phone can go in my pocket. I do not need to be on Facebook. I do not need to be on any other thing because all of that's going to still be there. This is my time with whoever I chose it to be. And I feel like when it comes to the connection with another human, that's where you need to draw the line and put the technology up. So if you got to put it up in your pocket, leave it in the other room, or if you're out to dinner with someone, I ain't gonna say leave it in your car because people are crazy nowadays, but leave it in your pocket. Put the phone on silent. Damn it, airplane mode. Turn the damn phone off if you need to. Don't let it control you. You control tech. That's why I say you need to draw the line with technology, because you see it today that people can't have a conversation without texting someone on the phone. And it's just like, dude, me and you are here. The other person you're texting, leave them where they're at. You can respond to them after we're done here. And a lot of people aren't aware of that because they're so into their phone. They're so busy trying to do or connect with other people that's not in front of them. That's where I say we need to draw the line with it. And it's becoming a point where it's like a lost art of how to connect with those around you. Like we see it with let's just say our parents, our older generation. They grew up without the technology. So when we're trying to do something with them, they're like, you're always on your goddamn phone. And it's just like, yeah, it's true. They're actually right. You are always on your phone. So when they're trying to spend time with you, put the damn phone up, because when that person is gone, you can't just text them and things like that. You know what I mean? Actually value that time. Another thing when it comes with technology for me is I like to use it maybe to connect with a person, be it, okay, this person lives in, let's say they live on the other side of the country from me, right? Perfect. Here we go. Let's just say that I did an interview, and I know you're listening to this podcast. I did an interview with a friend of mine. Her name is Stephanie Lehart. Now, what I say by using the technology is I could text her and say, or give her a call, or I can say, hey, are you free to video chat? Though she's in a different part of the country, she's doing her thing, I'm doing my thing. I can use the technology to build a connection and talk with her, see her face, see facial expressions, we laugh and things like that. Instead of just completely just texting the person and not trying to build a communication or build some type of connection with an individual. So I will use the technology maybe to, again, connect with someone who's probably in a different state with me to eventually build a connection to where it's like, hey, let's meet. Let's if you're ever in this part of the country, come for a visit, talk, things like that. It's something about when you're next to a person and there's no technology in between you guys, right? Now, again, with my stance on the technology, I'm pro tech, but I feel as though, again, you need to know where to draw the line at. You need to be able to limit yourself, meaning turn the damn phone off. I have come to find that when people have their phones off, they feel better. They say it just feels kind of good to just not be connected in a way. I see this at my job. There's a lot of people who come to where I work for vacations and they may have their phones. Some of them leave their phones, in their in their condos and they just like, this just feels good. No emails, no text messages, it just feels good to disconnect, Now, again, with the technology and things like that, I love what we can do with it. But sometimes you may be in a position where you can't really turn off the phone, but, put it on airplane mode and actually sit down and build that connection. Now, I want to really just talk about the connection because that's what the whole podcast is about, the human connection. At the end, behind all of, I'm sorry, need some water here. Voice is acting weird. Give me a second, guys. That's some good spring water right there. Mm-hmm. Okay. Am I back? I think I'm back. Am I? You back, Thad? Thad, I think we back. A little bit. Gotta let it marinate a little bit in there. All right. Okay, where was I? Okay, so at the end of all of the tech, there's a human being behind it. The person you're texting, they're at the end of that text message. Whatever software you're using, at the end, there's someone who had to monitor that software and build that software. So at the end of the day, whatever tech you are using, someone is behind it. There's a human being behind that. And if we completely focus on the tech, we start to disconnect and start to move away from the people who are behind the tech, the people we are trying to connect with and things like that. And I feel as though because we're so used to our phones and doing that, we're automatically programming ourselves to disconnect from people. And that's where you have to take control and know when to connect with someone, when to put the dang phone down and talk to someone. Sometimes when you have things that you're going through, it is probably not the best thing to put it on Facebook. And I know half of y'all can be guilty of this. Don't put it on Facebook. There's probably a good, decent human being, who's probably in the same city as you, maybe 15 minutes away from you, that you could say, hey, Barbara, can we set some time to get some coffee? There's some stuff I want to talk to you about. Barbara's human. You can connect with Barbara. Barbara can understand and see your emotions and facial expressions. You're also getting some coffee. You're eating. There's a connection there. You're building something with Barbara instead of South Flow 123. You know what I mean? On Instagram, or the king of, the Prince 057 on Facebook or whatever, because there's some names on there. Instead of doing all of that and trying to text all of that stuff and write it all out, you can communicate with some people, And some people may say, well, I don't like to talk to people. I like to just text it. Again, at the end of the day, there's a human being. So get away from the phone, because if you didn't have the technology, then what would you do? You gonna be a mute? You know what I mean? Probably not. So again, you have to take control of yourself and limit your use of technology. What I do is, again, since I'm all about the human connection, what I do is there's times where I'm on my phone and I'll go out to eat with my loved ones. My phone is always on silent. To this day, I think this year I've heard, I don't even know what the heck my ringtone is. Maybe sometimes when I have my headphones in, I think I'm aware. But to this day, my phone does not vibrate and my phone does not make a noise, because I am not a dog to the sounds and the notifications my phone gives off. And yes, I said that. So since we're really going there, when you have your phone on and all of that, you program yourself like a little dog. When it goes off, I'm in the middle of a conversation. My phone went off. Hold on. Let me go check and see who this is. Basically telling the person that they're not important. You programmed yourself. So you're like a little dog. When someone whistles, you come. When that phone goes off, you immediately check it and see what's going on. That phone is controlling you. Put the notifications off. Now, again, You may be like me. You run your businesses through your phone and things like that. So yeah, there are times where, you can set the time. Okay, I need to talk with this person and whatnot, but you don't have to have your phone like on all the time. And some people say, well, when you're running, like, no, bro, you got control of that. Control the business, control yourself and things like that. Don't be a dog to your phone. So that was one of the first things that I had to do to take control. I keep my phone on silent. So some people will call me and I probably won't look at it until maybe 30 minutes after their call. And I'm like, oh, my bad, man. I was doing stuff, because what I am doing and who I am doing with is important. You're not here, and I'm not going to constantly look at my phone every time I get a little ding or, call, because sometimes those calls need to wait because of what you're doing or whoever you're talking with. It also shows when you're communicating with someone, you're spending time with them, that, hey, I value the time with you and, what we're doing, versus every person who keeps calling me, I'm giving them my attention. When you can talk with that person at another time. So again, I have my phone on silent. I had to take control of myself because I was tired of looking at the phone. And you'll be surprised, now that I'm telling you this, watch. When you go out somewhere and people are on their phone, just watch. Watch when it goes off. Watch it, look at it like a little dog, whistle, boom, they come. They acknowledge. Having a full-blown important conversation, phone goes off. Immediately stop and look at it. I'm telling you, be aware. Be aware how controlled you are being with your little tech. I'm just saying. So that's one thing. You have to take control of that technology that you have. Again, I'm all with it. I'm all with the tech. But you gotta control yourself. I'm gonna go backwards and forwards with this. So here we go again with, people. Let's just say we did not have our technology anymore. All of it. Let's just say all of it disappeared for a split second. Well, we're going to say sometime. It all disappeared. What are you going to do then? Do you know how to have a conversation with someone next to you? Do you know how to actually communicate how you feel without sending a text message? Do you know how to look someone in the eye? Do you know how to ask a question? Are you aware of your emotions right now? When you literally take that technology away from you, who is there? What is left of you? Are you fully, in your power, man? What's there? Just take a moment to imagine, if all the technology was gone from you, who are you? Are you dependent so much on your technology? If it was gone, think about these things, because there are some people who are always on their phone. They are scared to death of talking with someone because they feel weird. They feel judged. They don't know how to do it. And I have come across where a lot of people, because they're so hooked to their phone, they don't know what to do in these situations and things like that. And they really, at the end of the day, they really want connection. They really want an actual connection. There are a lot of people who really want a friend. I'm not even going to say a true friend, because some people don't even have a friend. And I have met some people, I'm like, wow, I would think you would have many friends, but they're always doing stuff. They don't. People desire connection. We are a species where human connection is very important. When you don't have that affects us. We desire connection. And technology is not really the way to go about getting that connection. It can help you get that connection. I look at it as a tool to help you get that, but it's not an all being thing that, okay, I need to get this, from people. And to this day, like I said, I'm with it. I'll meet people. There's people I talk with on the internet that I have not met these people in person. And we have had the best conversations, and I connected with them because we related on many different subjects. But I know at the end of the day, yeah, I can relate with you on many different ways, but me meeting you face to face will be more impactful than any conversation that we had. So the technology helped us to kind of build common ground to get to know each other, but once we meet, then that's when everything really takes off. I get to see how you are. I get to, it's something about talking with a person, seeing your height, knowing the funny things you do, how you respond, things like that. So it's a tool and it can help you, but it's not the, how they say, be all thing. So that really, guys, is my view on tech. I'm pro tech, but I'm also all about limiting my usage of technology to connect with those around me. And I'm gonna say this too. Yeah, let me say this. Technology can be a big ass distraction from yourself and what it is that you need to do, and also you working on yourself. I will say that as well. And I have been guilty of that sometimes where I need to get off of my phone and actually meditate and talk with myself on some stuff, because I can easily, and I'm gonna be honest with myself, a lot of people may say, oh, that's too much, but you'll be surprised you do it too. I can easily spend 6 hours on social media and not really be aware of it, because, I don't just stay on there, but it's like I'll be at work and when it's bored, I'm on social media. I'm laughing or looking at something. I'm looking at videos, and then it all accumulates to about 6 hours. I can easily do that because I like to connect with people. But, some of those people that we're in a different place, we share funny and stupid videos. Now, again, I can easily do that because, it's all in these increments. But there's times where it's like, okay, it is going on 12 o'clock. I know I need to at least try to get 7 hours of sleep. And if I'm not careful, 7 hours of sleep could easily go to, dang, now I have 4.5 hours of sleep because I've been on the phone, and that has happened. So it's like, okay, I need to put the phone down and tell myself, this is going to be there when I get back. I'm not missing nothing. You're really not. So it can be a huge distraction. And I am aware of that. And I admit that with myself. And that is, again, where I say you have to put those limitations and stop yourself. If you know you're a person that's constantly on social media like that, you need to slow it down. Take some time to slow some things down. Because at the end of the day, it is people that you're trying to connect with. And again, behind all the technology, there's a person there, be it the one who created it or the people you're trying to connect with. And technology isn't, like I said, the main thing that you want to do the connection with. It is actually the person. So use it as a tool and don't let the technology use you. And like I said, I'm still pro tech. I love it, but I damn sure I'm going to limit it. So that's it on this podcast. I would really love to get your guys' feedback, because this is my perspective on it. And I want to hear, all of your perspectives. Like, what do you think about technology in regards to it being for the human connection? Or yes, are you with it? Are you pro tech for it? Are you not against it at all? Do you want it gone? And I've met some people who are completely not with the technology, and they have brought me some very valid points. And it's still interesting to me, and it makes me think. Though I'm still with my tech because I love it. So that being said, I can't wait for your feedback. And I would like to see where this goes. So that being said, I will talk to you all Tuesday. You have a fantastic day and enjoy.